Hi, everybody. Happy Labor Day, friends and family of the internet. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. My name is Samantha, and I just want to share with you guys what I learned when I went and tested the waters that were pouring out of the river, Tangipahoa River, into Lake Pontchartrain here in Louisiana. Let me give you just a quick backstory. We had an explosion, a hydrocarbon plant manufacturer. They also did plastic bottles. They were also a holding facility. 60 years old, had over 400 tanks holding close to 400 chemicals just explode. Boop. Still don't know what exactly caused the explosion. It's been over a week. Anyway, it poured into our local waterway. Immediately, people who lived in the community, their fish began to die. I began receiving pictures of dead fish, dead turtles, alligators covered in oil. The EPA moved like a slug. The DEQ was claiming the water and the air, everything was fine. As we all watched plumes of black smoke shoot 3 miles into the sky for over 48 hours. So here we go again, doing what our federal government does best and would be competent. See, this is how it works, folks. If they don't test for it, they can't find it. Right? And you don't know what you don't know until you know it. So welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. My name is Samantha. Please hit the like button, drop over in comments, tell me who you are and where you're watching from. So Sunday, my husband and I chartered a boat out of our own pocket with Captain Mike, an amazing guy, young man. He runs a chartering company. You can charter him for the Chafunkty River in Madisonville, Louisiana. He'll take you into Lake Pontchartrain. He'll even take you to Lake Marpole. He does midnight cruises. It was a great guy. He understood the mission. Can I tell you? Thank you again, Captain Mike. He understood the mission. Hey, Steve's okay. He quit running fever and I got very sick. So I think my husband, we know he's got the sinus disease. And I think he just kind of gave it to me, his wife, because I've not felt so great since we got back. So I just want to show you guys some pictures real fast. This is me that morning. We arrived before 7 a.m., right? Got to get out there before the heat. Madisonville has their own version of Bigfoot, or they called this one Rougarou. He and I became friends for a few minutes while I was waiting for my husband. This is an old shipwreck out in the middle of Lake Pontchartrain. You're just sitting there. You gotta love Louisiana. We just don't clean up anything anymore. And this is our lighthouse that they restored. So beautiful. This is what I'm fighting for, folks. This is what we are fighting for, my community. So many people coming together. It's a beautiful thing. We were able to get the samples. So it was really interesting. What we did was we cruised down there. Took us 30 minutes to get to the mouth of the Tangipahoa River. And immediately we took the water samples where the mouth of the river is. I'll leave the volume out while I talk. I'll just let you kind of watch the video. So this is on my Facebook page. So I was told by Scott Smith, the gentleman that worked with East Palestine, Ohio, as well as the biolab explosion in Georgia, where to get the samples. So I'll tell you this, there were no fumes. In fact, we couldn't see anything on the water. There was no smell at all. I'm going to tell you what I learned in a second. But we went to the right side of where the Tangipahoa River pours into the lake. And we got a water sample from there. And then we also... That, I know right there. I can't... And we went to the other side. And he explained to me that he couldn't go past the orange pylons, the oil absorbent orange things that did not go all the way across the mouth of the river. It was crazy. Anyway, we continued to take oil samples in the water, or water samples. So those will be delivered to Mr. Scott Smith here. This is us going as close to the other side of the mouth of the river to retrieve our water sample. And we got a second sample right here. Now, this is what I want to tell you guys that I learned that I did not know. Don't laugh. You learn something new every day, or you're just a fool. I did not know that wind had such an impact on tides. Okay. I had no idea. Totally learned this on our trip. When the wind is blowing extremely hard, it can push water in a direction that it normally would not go. I guess that makes sense. The boat captain was explaining to me that what is happening is as the river is pouring out into Lake Pontchartrain, the wind has been so heavy blowing north that it's blowing the oil and toxins back up the river. That's fantastic. That's fantastic because we don't want it in the lake. There are so many swamps and stuff in that area, guys. We cannot risk it. They're poisoning our state. By the way, we wrote a book, Growing Under a Poisoned Sky. You can get it literally everywhere. Walmart, Kindle, Amazon, eBay. You can get it everywhere, Growing Under a Poisoned Sky. I'm auctioning off 2 more books with my signature. You can look in the top of comments if you'd like to purchase one of those. My husband has a brain aneurysm and sinus disease, and we got a lot of stuff going on medically. So happy Labor Day again. I just wanted to come on and say it was a success. We went to Madisonville. We accomplished what we set out to do. Thank you guys so much that rode in my boat to help me afford that. All together, it cost me right at $400 with gas, food, and then the boat, getting down there and all that. Here's the thing. PayPal is holding my money. I don't know why, but they're holding my money. So if you send anything to PayPal, I won't receive it till mid-September, but that's okay because God is good. But I thought I'd tell you guys that. I just put out a video about ChatGPT, people using it for therapy, how I truly believe there are demons connected to that. Folks, please be careful out there. There's so many things trying to pull you away from God. Okay. Also, tomorrow I'm going to be going into a deep dive on these pastors who have been involved in human trafficking, right? Because you guys know how upset I was about all those babies, all those unaccompanied minor children, undocumented, that were brought into this country and lost, over 300,000 of them that we know of. Then we find out that there's pastors in both Texas, Tennessee, and Florida who have been involved in human trafficking. And you guys, I fully intend to Sierra. I fully intend to. I'm going to do a deep dive into that tomorrow, because this is why I had such a problem with the Catholic charities supporting illegal immigration. First off, it's illegal. Second, because most of these organizations, these churches and these nonprofits, these non-governmental organizations, NGOs, all of them were involved in human trafficking. Every single one of them. And they used your tithes and your offerings to your church that should have been used for your community to bring in people from third world countries to force them into all kinds of horrific things. I think that's an important topic, and we are going to go over it. People who get our newsletter and Zoom with me, I'm going to try to do a Zoom with you guys somewhere around the week of September 14th to the 20th, somewhere up in there. So be looking for Kelly and Leslie to reach out to you guys with the date and time for the next time we as a collective group Zoom. Something else, just trying to go over some housekeeping things. I am not feeling so great. That's why you really haven't seen me. Plus, it was Labor Day today, and I spent some time with my oldest sister and her husband. I am trying my best to spend as much quality time as I can with my husband, because he's 46 with a brain aneurysm, and I love him. He's my best friend. So I just want to spend time with him, and make memories, as many as God will give us. I'm trying to think, you guys, if that's everything I've got for y'all. I think it is. There was something else on the back of my mind I wanted to bring up to y'all. I think I think that's it. If I think of it, I'll drop it into the community area. Otherwise, I love you. Don't you love the newsletter, Sierra? And people that donate to my channel, if you'll add your email in the memo, we'll hook you up with the monthly newsletter and the Zoom links. It's a really awesome way to meet people that are like-minded like you and to get a biblical-based newsletter to help you prepare yourself for what is coming. Because folks, look, you can get all the advice from people in the world that you want, but until you get that advice from people who are linked into God, you're not getting very far with it. So again, love you guys. Thanks for popping in. Happy Labor Day. Be safe. Watch out for those who like to drink and drive.